Hey guys, welcome back. There she is. Today we'll be doing the final. Well, this episode I'll be doing the final touch-ups of two things. The outside. I don't know how long it'll take me. Maybe I'll split it into two episodes. But making these outwalls. So to close in the canvas, and once that's done, I'll be putting in the seats. All right. So those are the two final things to finish up the canoe, which is really exciting. So today, the wood I'll be using is the same wood I used for the trimming of the leathercraft chest. If you didn't see that video, check it out. It was a pretty fun project. The trim on that, the darker wood. Oh, it's hidden behind there, anyways. It's a beautiful, beautiful dark wood, so it should complement the colors really well. So we have that to plane. My wife helped me since it's such an unwieldy piece. It took a while to find a 20-foot length wood because the canoe is 16 feet. So it was hard to find a 20 feet or anything over 16 feet basically of sapel or ash or whatever to get the one piece of strip. I wanted it to be one piece from end to end. So my wife helped me cut it into these basically 1.5 inch blocks. So we'll plane all sides and then shape it to what we need. Had to get changed. It's really hot and muggy today. So a couple of passes, and so I rounded off this top corner. We have the dip in the middle and then kind of a rounded off edge on the bottom. Kind of a weird shape, but I'm gonna sand it and then finish it off with the same stuff I use for the paddles. So this polyurethane, oil-based polyurethane. Give it a couple of coats, and then we'll put it on. All right. So beautiful. It's pretty good. Extremely unwieldy, but beautiful. Alright, so we're ready to try to assemble this. So what we have is a series of clamps. So I'm going to start by clamping it in the middle. I'll start by I'll pre-drill the hole, and then I'm going to be putting these stainless steel brass, I think it's like half stainless steel, half brass screws. They're 2 inches. I didn't really measure it before. 1 3/4 would have been good, but these ones go right to the tip. So through the outwall all the way into the inwall. So yeah, these brass stainless steel. So they should be good. I was hoping to get full brass, but I couldn't find any. The yellow color would have been probably nicer, but whatever. These will do nicely as well. So let's give it a shot. So I only have the one battery. My secondary battery went kaput a couple months ago, so I'll be switching back and forth. First one went in. put one about every foot. Another one right about here. If you have this type of bit, I would really suggest it for number 10. That's what the size of that's the size of the screws I'm using. So if you have something like this that has a little drill bit inside, it'll make the countersink a lot easier. If you're using a hardwood like I am, the countersinking is really necessary. Sadly, I'll pick this up maybe, like this one's broken, so this is the only one I had. Actually, this is a 10 or an 8, whatever, it's bigger. So I'm gonna have to use my countersink bit, which, well, it works, but just a little bit more work. Harder to push in, but so I'll put them every 12 inches or so. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that I get in there too. Well, I guess it's to be expected. Not everything was going as planned, but since the wood is so bulky, the actual outwall is so bulky, it's not wanting to curve that last slope. So this is my attempt to make it go. Obviously, it makes the process a little more complicated, but I'm trying to use the same steamer we use to make the ribs. So I have the piece in here. I'll leave it there for a good 40 minutes. Hopefully I have enough propane. And somehow I'll try to disengage this fast enough so that I can quickly flip this off and then try to clamp it in place before the wood cools off. It's going to be tricky. Should be entertaining at the least. So I'll turn it back on once it's ready, or ready for the attempt. So I'm going to try to document this whole thing. So I just moved the base out of the way, and I turned off the propane. So now I want to keep as much heat as I can in there. So I'm going to release it from here. Try not to scald myself. There's not really any pressure per se. But there's still quite a bit of okay, it's not too bad. Alright, so I want to move fast, but I want to be safe too. Okay. Here we go. So as soon as I take this off, it's going to start cooling off right away. I'm lifting the whole canoe. That's good enough for now, I think. Well, ow. Not exactly, but I mean, if I can get at least this curve in once it dries. Hey there, guys. Wow, has summer not happened the way that I was planning. It is now September 4th, or actually September 7th. And I went through actually putting the Outwalls on it, and it turned out that the piece of wood that I used was just too thick. I got one whole side on by applying. I got one whole side on by steaming it, and when I got to the other side, it snapped. Could be grain pattern, but it was really tough trying to get that in there. So it just snapped right through. So I had to take it off, which really sucked because I spent quite a bit of time really getting this very beautiful piece of wood just the way that I wanted for the project. So this is pretty much scrap now that it's all twisted. So yeah, probably just end up throwing it away. But the other piece I didn't touch yet. It's still nice and straight and all finished. So it would be a gorgeous piece of wood to have on the side of a countertop or a table or something. So I'll be able to reuse that. So what I did was, it wasn't like it was, so because it was so thick, it was just too hard to take the shape. So I ended up cutting another piece. I don't know if you can just see. If I can zoom in there. Yeah, you can just see there. It's the piece on the top. So I just cut out a slimmer slice from the same piece of wood, of 20 feet length. So I had two of those. So it's a very slim, maybe about a quarter inch, maybe a bit more than a quarter inch thick. And I'll just kind of sand the both top and bottom, just kind of in a curve, and then and I'll finish that. It should do the job, and it should still give a nice aesthetics to the outside and finish off the outwall. Alright, here we go again. The steam machine is hooked up. So this is the piece. This is the curve last time that when I tried to get up, it seems to be steeper than the other end. So I decided to do this one first. If it breaks, then at least, you know, I wasted less time. So I just started the boiler. So I'll let it heat up. And once the steam is rolling out nicely, then I'll leave it for about 30 minutes. It should be enough because it's only about a quarter inch thick, so 30 minutes should be plenty to completely saturate the grain of the wood with the steam. And then I'll try to quickly take it off and tack it on. And hopefully this time it'll work. All right, here we go. Ding. All right. This over there. Ready with the clamps. This thing's it's cooling off every second I don't have it on, so Let's lock it in place up here. I honestly don't know. I don't think it would crack at this point. You want to find out, I suppose. Okay. I think that was the biggest part. I mean, I'll have the same one on the other side, but obviously, but that's good. It raised a bit here, but that's fine. I'll be able to shave that down, sand it down. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Awesome. So I trimmed that down, and wicket. So, one down, 3 more to go. Alright, I'm gonna do this fast. I'm on the last corner. The last final outwall to bend. Timer just ticked. I'm gonna just dismantle this. We got a good shot here? I think so. Alright, moment of truth. The seats are in. All 3 other corners are bent. Take the pipe out. Now, out of the way. Okay. So exciting. good. By our experience, we're past the most critical point. Now it's just a question of getting the rest of these screws in. I'll let that cool off a bit, let it take the shape another 10 minutes when it kind of gets more room temperature. And I've already done the rest of the boat. If you can see, I've sanded. I've just taken the rotary sander and I've done the whole side plank. So the only one that's left, the only part that's left, is really from like here to the corner on both sides. So once this cools off, and I'll unclamp, and then once it's unclamped, I'll finish up the sanding. I'll give it a good wipe with the tack cloth, and then I'll give it a coat of varnish, which is the first of how many coats I can get for the weekend in. And that'll be it. You see both seats are in. We've done it today. So that'll all be updated in this video. Wow. Some of the outwalls, when they curved, they kind of like passed over the lip. I'll show you in a second here. And I was trying to think. You can see it here. It's like it's not flush. It's just a little bit higher on this side. So I was trying to think of how best to handle that. And because it's curved, I can't use at all my my hand plane, because the hand plane is made to make things straight. I thought about a draw knife, but the draw knife could like just dig in and crack things off. So the scraper, best thing. I fixed the other side of it. It went perfect. So if you guys haven't seen me use this before, this is what existed prior to sandpaper. It's just a piece of metal, that thin piece of metal, flexible. So any kind of sheet metal will do. This is pretty, I don't know, like maybe 1/16 of an inch thick. So you just put that in a vise, and you take a metal file, and then you go diagonally like against the grain of the file, and just burr. So you're going across the top, and because you're going straight across perpendicular, it makes a burr on one side. And that burr, when you take and you scrape across the wood, it just takes a nice clean shaving off of it, as long as the burr is nice and clean, which it's not that difficult to do, honestly, like a couple seconds with the file, and it makes a nice, very nice edge to scrape with. So this is perfect for a straight surface or a curved surface with a straight top like this one. So just gotta find the grain, the side of the grain here. I think I'm kind of, this is bad. So it just takes a tiny little layer at a time, which is perfect. I want to get myself down to the level of the rest of the canoe. So what it does, you see it's taking off. little shavings. I don't know if you can see from there. It's taking off like long strands. Shows me using the right side here. I'll wipe the canoe down and get it ready for finishing coat. So I actually varnished the sides. I forgot to press play, to press record. But here is basically the final product. It's amazing. We finally got there. All the parts are in. Well, honestly, the only part is that it's missing is the stem band, which I'm getting this Thursday, so in like 2 days. But I even put in the nice brass ring for the anchor. Seats are in. The only thing I'm going to be doing for the rest of the week is just a little bit of sanding. This is the first coat, but still, you can see how beautiful that that sidebar is. We worked so hard to get it in there, right? I mean, some crazy bending. This side's not good, sorry. Just for the like, this is the side that was giving us such a hard time to get the wood to bend that much. But okay, so basically what's next? Well, thank you everyone for joining me in this crazy, sorry there's bugs flying around. Thanks to everyone for joining me in this crazy adventure. Did I expect it to be this much work when I started? I didn't know what to expect when I started, but it was an awesome journey. I had fun the entire way. The only part that was really frustrating, any frustration whatsoever, was these outwalls. Trying to bend these outwalls to there we go. To try to bend these outwalls to the form of the canoe. Other than that, everything else was just a fun challenge. So, like I mentioned a while ago, I'll be camping this weekend. Hopefully, I'll take it out, and I'll make a kind of a video for the maiden voyage, and also yeah. Sorry, that's it. So I'm also going to try to make a kind of a cut. Make a kind of a summary video, something in within 5-10 minutes, to take a bit of every episode and kind of make from end to end the progress and the transformation of the boat, which I think will be pretty cool because it's been a long journey, many episodes, a lot of hours. I think I've put in probably about 300 hours of for restoration. It's taken me over a year. Over a year? Feels like over a year anyway. All winter. No, that's true. We're getting into winter, so not quite a year. Anyway, that's it for this episode. We've gotten the seats and the outwalls in, which was the last part. Great. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And like and subscribe if you like the content. And your comments are always super welcome. So, till next time.